What's up, people? We back at it again with another video tonight. But tonight we're gonna do something a little different than normal. I'm Bo, and of course I'm Bo, and Just My Store will be doing this right here in a minute. She's somewhere around here. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Anyway, we're gonna do the Q&A questions you guys asked. We're gonna answer those. We wrote some down. We can find from YouTube and Reddit. And I'm also gonna make what we call the swole when I was in prison, because ain't nobody gonna eat that shitty food. So I got the noodles. Over these cup noodles, those. I got the noodles, pickle, chips. And after I make that, we're gonna make what you call a steak cake. Crush some cookies up, a little milk, like make an icing over a honey bun. I'll show you guys all that. Right quick, I'm gonna put this pot over up here. Get this water hot. Yeah, so if somebody sent us a video and want us to look at it, or got just attention about it or something, so we're just gonna look at it while we're going through this job. See what it's about. Son of a bitch. Motherfucker. No, that's fucking bitch. Oh my Jesus.
What the hell are you doing?
Making a mess.
I am not cleaning up none of this shit. None of this shit in my cleaning.
Get your ass in there and mother store it. You're on camera. That was priceless.
Lord have mercy. You have to edit that part out.
Edits.
Hello, everybody. Oh, yeah, you're definitely editing that part out.
No edits.
For sure. But, all right, look,
This
listen.
is real life and real life.
Okay, well, real life, get the damn mop and clean up my floor. Real life. Real life, your ass in the kitchen or in the pantry in there and clean up this sticky ass Mountain Dew off my floor. Thank you, sir.
You said get them up. Lift your head up.
Yeah.
Alright, come on. Alright.
All right, well, get you some napkins and clean up this Mountain Dew off my floor before it gets sticky. Thank you, sir.
Oh, why don't you say what you normally would say? You would normally say clean up Mountain Dew. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah, well.
Okay. Well, don't try to act different today. Because the camera's on you now. Don't do that.
Well. Anyways. Yeah, you're definitely editing that part out, for sure.
Definitely not. She's tripping. She don't even know what the hell she's talking about.
Alright, so what are you cooking in here, Martha Stewart? Since you want to call me Martha Stewart.
Make the swole. Tell them about the swole.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, I think it was like, what, our second date? He actually made us a swole. So, that's interesting.
But yeah, we had been talking for a long time, though, people. We've been talking for like, what, probably 6 months before we ever even met. To be honest with you, it was a minute. We were talking for a while.
Yeah, it was quite a long time, but I do believe that was like the second time we actually got around each other.
Take these, crush them up. Off the booty.
What are you doing? Look, listen.
I just like the way it makes you do it now. Sorry. Sorry, folks. I'm just being how we do every day. This is us. We have a good time, and we love each other because it's only us. And our
Yeah, well,
our fur babies right now, they're laying down because they
listen, I'm about to witness a murder if any of them noodles get on this floor. I'm serious. If any of them loose noodles get on this floor, I don't want to hear it. No, negative. If any of them noodles get on this floor, then I know what you're going to be doing late tonight. You're going to be in here cleaning up this floor.
How the fuck you work the stove, Bella?
Did you just ask me how do I work? And he's cooking in here, and he just asked me how do I work the stove.
Hold on. Here, I'm not so good with that. Chef Boyardee back in the kitchen.
Chef Boyardee?
Yeah.
More like Chef Boyardee. So, did you tell him about the video that, who was it? Do you remember the person's name that sent it to you?
I don't.
Anyways, someone had actually sent us a video and they wanted us to watch it. And kind of, I guess, I don't know, it's supposed to be about us, apparently, that Joe made back when we were working for him.
It was titled, what was it, From Dream Team to Nightmare or some shit like that?
Yeah, I think it was From Dream Team to Nightmare. So, I guess, do you have it? You want to play it?
Oh yeah, let's do the questions first though.
Oh, the questions for YouTube? These are very interesting.
Yep.
To say the least. Do you want me to read them or you want to read them?
I'll read these ones. Okay, it's from Nathan Clark. What we'll do is I'll give my answer and she can give my answer. That way y'all can get
it's in my handwriting, so thank God, because his chicken scratch. Nobody can read his chicken scratch.
That's okay. But it is what it is. Make sure I got that on the stove right while I'm doing this. Nathan Clark asks, why did Joe pay by the hour and not just for the project? Well, originally the deal was he was supposed to pay me no less than $200 a day for an 8-hour day. Before I ever picked up a paintbrush, before I ever did anything for this guy, that's the agreement we come to, and it just happened to go to hell very quickly. It went from $200 a day to, okay, I'll pay you this much, pay y'all this much per unit. Then it went from that to 8 hours. I'll pay y'all for 8 hours, no matter if it takes you 3 or 30. I mean, it just went, it was a fucked up situation with that guy. And once we got the truck, it was like, you know, you get paid for 8 hours and work 16.
Yeah, he kind of used the truck as a pawn.
Plus took out money for the truck every day, plus worked double shifts. So, you know.
Yeah, and then after, you know, if there was any kind of conflict, we also got to add this part in. If there was any kind of conflict between us and Joe, to where we actually had to speak and we spoke our mind to him, and there was a few times that this has happened that we actually got into it and got into an argument with each other, and, you know, Bo's a little hot-headed at times, and
Belt to ass, you know.
we actually we spoke our mind to Joe, and Joe's, you know, he's not used to that, so he always used the truck as a pawn. Even after we had already done paid half on the truck, he would always say, well, you know what, you know, there was different instances, you know, but he would be like, just bring the truck back, and he just always used that as a pawn.
Because we never had no contract.
There was never no contract. There was never nothing in the place. Anytime we asked for anything in writing, it would always be, oh, I'm keeping track of everything, you know. So, you know, it is what it is, but.
Okay. Now, the second question is from Greg Butcher. I'm going to give this guy a special shout out, man. I talked to him a lot. Hope everything's going well with you, my friend. I appreciate the support, you know. But this is from him. Oh, and Jess, do you believe Joe is doing coke again? Well, I can't say 100% factual that I've seen it in my own eyes because I haven't.
Yeah, that's not for us to actually know for sure.
I can reference you back to the phone call that I had with Donald, which is still a current employee with him. Right now, he's obviously he's going through some shit. He's having a lot of problems. I've heard he's had some problems with his home life. Not 100% sure about that. That's just, you know, hearsay. But him and his wife are definitely having problems before we ever left. Because he mentioned it to me. He didn't go into details about it. Just said he was having problems at home. So, yeah. And she's left. And, you know, then all this shit went on the internet.
Busted, disgusted, never to be trusted.
Making him tuck his tail like a chicken and all that. Yeah, he probably is, especially if he's on all that shit all the time, because you know what the signs are.
My floor is sticky. Do you hear this? Listen.
They're going to be sniffling, runny nose constantly, all that type of shit.
You hear the stickiness?
I get it. All right, now you want to add anything to that, lady?
I do not.
Okay.
I think you pretty much cleared that one up.
Number 3, Notorious Tito. Give a shout out to you too.
Oh yeah, shout out to Notorious Tito for the Reddit, you know.
Yes. What was the deal with the shitty toilet? It was disgusting. It definitely was. And only a shitty motherfucker would do some shitty shit like that.
And mind you, I paint those bathrooms, so I'm going to just let you know if that bathroom would have been anywhere close to being like that, I can go ahead and let you know that Sir Bo would have been in there plunging that toilet before I went in there and could have been able to paint that bathroom.
And you got to look at it like this. The guy that left with the shitty lip, if you look at the video, he kind of laughed about it. Who in their right mind, if they didn't do something like that, would smile and laugh and joke about something that disgusting hitting them in the mouth? I wouldn't. I would fucking roll over and die probably, because that looked like goddamn.
Okay, next question. Get off the shit subject.
James, does climbing up a ladder count as getting high?
Where did you get these questions from?
If you go 40 foot in the air on a ladder, that's pretty high. But as far as going up a ladder high, I wouldn't advise that, bro.
Well, if you do what my grandmother says and you're up there smoking the devil's lettuce, then that could be considered getting high. But I wouldn't recommend being high on a ladder of any sorts, my friend.
Because if it goes south, that's exactly where you're going, south, down very fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and the ground wouldn't feel that great. Ask Bo, he's done it a couple of times.
But I wasn't high. I just was in a rush and shit slipped, and I didn't take the right precautions because I thought I had it. And, yeah, it went down like the Titanic very quickly.
All right, is that burner on? I turned the burner on for you.
Did you get any of your questions?
No, actually, I was just gonna log in to Reddit and just read a couple of things.
Well, while we're doing that, you want to
you can start the
all right,
the
now
video.
I'm gonna start the video that we were sent. Yeah, it's definitely called From Dream Team to Nightmare. Let's see what this cocksucker has to say.
Slide, Cletus.
Hold on. Oh, he's about to have a fucking heart attack going up to that. Damn it. He had to stop and take a break. You see that shit?
The wrong hallway.
Don't die, Joe.
Good now.
2 more steps.
Good now. I remember that. Liam Marks. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hi. Welcome to Property 7. A real nice property. Real nice. Carpet is going in this unit. Carpet is staying in the next unit. What? Stains. Wow. Nice. That's real tile. I ain't seen an apartment with real tile.
I remember that.
And
that was a massive apartment.
oh, this one's a doozy. She a big girl. This apartment is. Yes, indeed. It certainly is. Big old 3-2. Shoot. She gonna be some work. So.
Well, no, you ain't gonna
We're gonna get it. I got Milton here. Let me talk to him and I'll get with y'all in a little while. Property 7. Here we go. All right, just stopped at the house and did lunch. Red beans and rice. I've been eating that for.
And he's always wiping his
God,
nose.
it's so good.
I mean,
So good. My mother-in-law's red beans and rice. There is nothing better. I'm gonna get some cash so that I can pay some folks for today.
Stop by, you go see the crack man first.
BRB.
Stupid.
Wallet's so fat, can't even sit on it.
Oh shit.
No flex, it's just all 20s.
Oh, it's all flex.
All right,
That's
so
all
I'm
you
on my
do
way
is
out to
flex.
property 4 to go check on the unit that Bowen just did. It's 12:07 in the afternoon. I've got
Yeah, let's
6
go check
people
on
working today.
That
And
don't even sound right. Checking on you.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm paying today. Definitely not paying by the unit, paying by the hour. And the best that people can expect to make today is 8 hours. So I figure.
I'm gonna pause it right there. That goes back to the question. See, we never knew, Joe. It was a fucking roller coaster every day with that shit. Some days it was about a unit. Some days it was about an hour.
Whatever was beneficial to Joe at that time. Whatever was beneficial to Joe at the time. If it was by the hour, we got paid by the hour. If it was by the unit, we got paid by the unit. So whatever was beneficial to him at the time. So say, okay, if we worked only a couple of hours and he knew the apartment was going to take just a few hours, we would get paid by the hour. If he walked in and he was like, okay, well, this unit is not going to take all day to what he thought wasn't going to take all day, he would pay, I would give you $250, $300 for the unit. For a 3-bedroom unit, mind you, that's massive. And we would end up being there in a shithole for about 16 hours and only got paid for technically 8 of those hours.
All right, let's keep
Either way you look at it, we got paid for 8 hours.
If everybody is worth $20 an hour today, and that's if, there will be one person who's going to make $200 for the day. It's probably going to be Milton. And
yes, sir.
Aside from that, everybody else is going to make a little bit less than that. And I'm expecting quite a bit of work today. I want to see 2 units get done because I'm doing this in a assembly line type of a deal. Milton is spraying.
That's exactly what it is.
And then he's
it's a fucking assembly line.
Trim in all units, or both the units. Jess and this guy Najee are doing bathrooms and kitchens. Hopefully that's going to be okay. And then Bo and this new couple that I just put to work today, Ron, I think is his name, and shit, I can't remember.
Was that Kim?
Yeah. Oh, this is where me and him got into it.
And we walked off.
Yeah, we walked off, and he was like, that's the same day he called his wife a bitch and everything else over a goddamn
over some mail, yeah, I remember that.
She didn't go out there and check the goddamn mail for his check fast enough and the mailman come or something like that. I couldn't remember exactly.
Right, exactly.
It was fucked up. He's a fucking prick. Little bitch ass trick.
They're doing walls. So Bo, Ron, Bonnie, they're doing walls. Ron's cutting in. Bonnie is rolling. Bo is cutting and rolling. And
pause it real quick. You see, I put the noodles with the chips. Just waiting on the water to get hot enough to cook the noodles.
Chef Boyard Bo. Alright, wait. Chef Bo RD. I know you are not about to put this nasty pickle in there.
Yeah, pickle's what I wanted. And I actually supposed to have like summer sauces or something like that. The store didn't have summer sauces across the street. And I didn't want to, that's a little late now, and I didn't want to, go down the damn street somewhere, 8 miles to Walmart or somewhere like that. So I just left out the summer sausage. But definitely got the pickle, put a little bit of pickle juice in there to give it a little bit of flavor. And usually in prison they sell squeezed cheese, so we used to put that in there too. Sorry, I didn't have that. I looked for it, but they didn't have it.
Yeah, I told you the pickle is disgusting. It's sour. Ooh. It's not like one of those dill pickles. It's like a sour pickle. It's not good at all.
It's my expectation that They'll do all the walls in all the units. Jess and Najee will do all the bathrooms and kitchens in all the units. And Milton will do all of the trim and doors.
And then when Jesse's done with bathrooms and kitchens, then Jesse has to do other things.
Working in this assembly line type
of
fashion, I think is going to be great for what we've got today. Now, these are color change units, but the trim is staying the same. So that is awesome. And the wall color is not much different than the current wall color. The new color is not much different than the current wall color. The current wall color is a whitish with a hint of green. The new wall color is a whitish with a hint of pink, almost. Looks like pink, going on the walls.
Can we fast forward this?
Coat kill this, and it's going to, and we're rolling all of the walls as well to minimize mess.
Oh, and don't worry, we're definitely using an ad blocker.
Can we get these 2 units done in 8 hours?
Shout out to Reddit for the information.
I need to have this first unit done by about 1:30, 2 o'clock at the very late, 2 o'clock at the very latest. And then it's going to be 3 hours on the second unit. First unit's a 3-bedroom, second unit's a 2-bedroom. There's also an exterior closet on the deck or on the patio that has to be painted on the inside as well. So, fair amount of work.
No.
But not unheard of. Or not.
I can smell the sourness from that pickle. Gosh.
But not unrealistic to get this done. If I have to stay a little late to get it done, I certainly will.
Yeah.
There's some touch-ups on the ceiling that are going to need to be done. And yeah, I want to make sure that we're showing out at this property because, again, this is our first time. These are our first units at this property. Another thing to mention, no Pee-wee's brother today and no Donald. Not much I can really do about that. I just got to keep it moving and, you know.
That's the same Donald that I was on the phone with.
Pee-wee's brother had something he had to do today. I wouldn't find out about that till this morning when I'm messaging him talking about, hey, you're going to be here. And, of course, oh, I forgot I got a doctor's appointment or something. So, whatever. It's my hope to hold on to the people that I have who are working out. Bo and Jess, Milton, Najee. Today is 1,000% better than he was yesterday. Hopefully the work ethic is there. He comes, pumped up, ready to go. Yesterday was a complete off day for him, and like I had learned, he was injured. So he seems to be feeling a lot better today. So that's good. All right, on our way out to property 4, let's go see how this unit looks, and I will keep you guys posted on how today works out. Do you think my assembly line fashion or my assembly line philosophy will work today? God, I hope it does. It's seeming to work. The new couple, Ron and Bonnie, they're not very fast.
Ron and Bonnie?
So, I'm hoping they're going to be able to pick it up a little bit.
Meth and Molly, yeah, okay. Because he mentioned that to us a couple of times. He is always out of drugs. Like that's.
Bonnie is rolling really well. I may put a roller in both of their hands, and I'll get back and start cutting in because we're going to need to pick it up by the time I get back. So let's go check out.
I wonder if he made that many jokes about himself when he was a crackhead.
How far along everybody is with this first unit. All right, just getting over to the unit that Bo and Jess had last night. This was just a trim change. Just a trim change.
And notice he said last night. Let's pause that real quick. Notice he said last night. And we started at 7 o'clock that morning. He'll be the first one to tell you that we got off work at 5 o'clock. Be the first one to tell you that. But we did not. We were one of the only ones that did not get off at 5 o'clock every day. We usually stayed way longer than 5 o'clock, and that was every day. That was a normal day. A normal day for us was past 5 o'clock. We didn't get home normally on a normal work day until about 8, 9 o'clock at night. And that was a normal work day, meaning regular every day. And then a lot of days we would stay way significantly later than that. So, notice he said at night they had it.
I got my hot water in there. Now I'm just going to let it sit. And
he's still over there trying to be Martha Stewart, Chef Boyardee in the house.
Pretty much you can get more like burrito.
Oh, God, horrible work in here.
Oh, of course it's horrible work. What is so horrible about the work?
What the fuck is horrible besides his hair?
I got overspray all over the floor. Parts of the wall look like shit. All the paint was left up in here.
The paint's still in that unit. That unit was not done.
Real bad.
This is another unit that's not done. Look at the tape on the doorknobs.
That's supposed to, that's not good.
You piece of shit.
He ain't a piece of shit. He's the whole shit.
That, look at all of this tape on the doorknobs. There was no way we would never, ever leave it like that. Because not only would we... Okay, let's pause this. Not only would we, A, get fired by the property itself, if we done any kind of work like that for any regular boss, just one time, we would be out the door.
Yeah.
Period. So, this is not a finished product. This is straight BS. It's lies. This is not a finished product, people. There's still freaking tape on the doorknobs. We never leave a unit like that. Point blank. And Joe will be the first one to tell you, as far as the overspray on the floor, oh, don't worry about dropping the floors. If we spent time taping the floor with paper, dropping the floor with drop cloths, he would get a straight up attitude because we were taking too long. Taking too much time. And, oh, it's less time to clean the floor than it is to tape it up. That was what Joe would tell us all the time. That was his method. Even though we've been in the paint business way longer than Joe has. He knows more than we do. So, to avoid conflict, to avoid him throwing ladders and whatever the case may be, we done it Joe's way. And come to find out, that was probably... Well, come to find out, that was probably him doing that just... so he could go in there and record these dumb-ass videos like it was a finished product when that's not the case. I mean, who in their right mind would let somebody work for them that does work like that? It's... Okay, moving on. We would be out of there by the property itself. We would be gone.
Right there. Definitely. Floor is a mess.
And mind you, coming from the man who uses sheets, bed sheets, as drop cloths.
Happy with this quality of work right here. This was all you had. The toilet all nasty.
And okay, that's another thing. That's another thing we never did. We never, ever put freaking paint in the toilets. Never. Who does that? Who in the hell does that? That's one thing we don't do. If you've ever painted in your entire life, you know that that's a no-no. Paint's really thick at the end and the bottom of the paint. When paint sits in the bucket for a long period of time, it gets gummy. So all that at the bottom of the paint, all that gunk and that gumminess is going to get in your septic tank. It's going to clog something up. It's going to be a biatch to get unclogged. So therefore, we don't do it. That's the dumbest thing you can do. Don't do it if you ever paint your house. Please do not take tips from Joe Fucks Up. Because that's exactly what you're going to do, is fuck up. My dad was a painter for 30 years. If he's seen me do something like that, he would choke me out himself. Moving on.
Man, you are fucked up in here.
Okay, so when he walked in this unit, this was a trim change. So why is he looking at the walls?
I don't know.
Why is he looking at the walls and saying we didn't paint this, we didn't paint that? He clearly just said in the video, I don't think he caught that when he was editing the video. When he clearly walked in this room, or in this apartment, he said this was only a trim change because we only touched the trim in that apartment. So why is he looking at the walls and saying this wasn't painted? It was only a trim change.
You're talking about Joe, he's a fucking idiot. Like, he's a straight up fucking idiot. He tries to make everybody else.
No, that just tells you, like, even down to simple shit, like what we were supposed to paint, he lied about for what?
Right here. Real bad. Damn, man.
Go crying.
Alright, well, let me figure out how I'm going to fix this because this got to get fixed. Overspray all over the carpet.
Those carpets won't stay in that unit. In the beginning of the video, there's clearly stains on the carpet. Anytime there's any stains on carpets, they always replace the carpets. Always.
Look at that.
Again, we didn't paint the walls.
Look at that. I got 2 of them for you.
It's buy one, get one free at Target.
Worst nightmare. This was an easy unit. And they fucked this all up. So what am I looking at here? If I step back, it almost looks like we cut this in with semi-gloss. Surely did.
We did not paint this
Cut it in with semi-gloss, man.
It was just the trim change from yellow to white. So we did not paint the walls in this unit.
Lord.
Insane.
Alright, so I just got off the phone with the folks here. Well, I also got off the phone with Bell and told them, what the fuck? Y'all need to get this shit right. This is horrible. Like, everywhere I look, this is not to our standards at all. So I don't care what happened in here.
As a matter of fact, that's before we painted the walls in that unit. Because there is wall paint in that unit. If you see all the buckets, I just seen all the buckets right then. There is wall paint in there. That's actually before we painted the walls. Because if you see it, that's the... it's actually downstairs. I'll run and get it for you. But I just want to finish this one thing. Because let me correct myself before I'm corrected by somebody else. This unit was supposed to get painted the walls. It was a trim change on the color change on the trim. It was yellow trim. We changed that from yellow to white. Now, usually when we do that, we'll paint the walls. There's been a few units that we did not paint the walls. So, just to clarify, we did paint walls here, but this video was taken before we finished the walls. Because as you see in the video, the reason why we had to paint the walls in this unit is because someone did cut it out with semi-gloss. Turns out that it was one of their maintenance men who did that, trying to touch up the walls in a couple of units, and messed up and got the wrong sheen of paint and ended up trimming out, or cutting out one of the rooms, or a couple of the rooms, in semi-gloss. So that's why we did what we did there. Yeah, so we did paint the walls in this unit, but that was definitely, this video was way before, because look, babe, did you see it? It's just
right
terrible.
now, but it is what it is. You're gonna make this right. Now when you get paid to do this, then you're gonna do the fucking unit. So I just talked with the maintenance man over here and said, hey, look, this unit is not up to my standards at all. Is it going to be okay if they come back in here this evening and get this corrected? He said, yeah, it's going to be fine. So they're going to come back in here and they are going to fix this, because this is bad work.
That is early in the daytime, first of all, so we won't even finish with that unit.
And let me tell you, he only flexed on camera. If he'd have come at us on some crazy shit like that in real life, he'd have hit his ass wherever he was standing at. You better believe that shit. We didn't play nothing like that.
Pay attention to what unit that is. That is one of the new properties. That unit we stayed into until almost 3 o'clock that morning. It's early in the daytime. He's actually calling that a finished unit.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm a man. I'm a good man. That's why I don't go out and go to clubs and stuff like that, but I do not tolerate no bullshit, especially from no other man.
Because I realize what exactly unit that is now, and yeah, that's at the new property, and we won't finish with that unit until about 3 o'clock in the morning, because that unit was filled with semi-gloss on freaking eggshell walls, so we had to go in there and repaint all of that.
So,
from the previous painters, or the previous maintenance men stuck up.
I'm going to go get some tape, and I'm going to tape everywhere that needs to be corrected. So, fuck this. You are not going to leave a unit looking like this.
That had to be when we were on lunch.
For property 4.
If you see how early in the daytime that is, that literally has to be when we were on lunch. That's early as hell in the daytime. So this weirdo literally went in the unit while we were gone on lunch just to record a video for content to call it a finished unit. Gosh, you cannot get any more desperate than that. Shout out to Joe, the desperate hoe.
7, and like I said, I had talked with the maintenance supervisor. You did a really bad job on this unit. I'm going to need to get my painters back in here and get this thing squared away. And he was very understanding and okay with it. Thank God. Thank God it wasn't a rush thing. And yeah. So, Bo and Jess, they're going to go back and they're going to get that unit squared away this evening. And that's just the way
excuse me for
goes.
stopping this again. One more thing that I have to, say is, why doesn't he record the phone calls with the maintenance men?
Or with us, for that matter.
You want to know why he doesn't record any phone calls with us or with the maintenance men?
Because it's bullshit.
Because it's bullshit. And he knows that he will get called out on his bullshit and his lies will not add up.
Man, he get called out, he'll get his motherfucking head.
So, it's kind of hard to collaborate lies when there's several people involved in it. You can't lie. Sorry.
I've been leaving these comments saying, Joe, do not pay these people before you see the units. And the problem is what are you doing? You think you're going to get over? You're going to jump out in front of people?
Probably not, because you'll probably be a fucking dick.
The problem is I don't have the time to get
that's
there.
That's the saying. He really thinks he is just...
I've got to go. Damn, that's the same dude that used to be... Wow, he's over here now. I don't always have time to get there in the evening to see the units. But everybody knows that if you get paid by the unit to do a unit, if that unit is not correct, you're coming back and you're doing the unit on. So no biggie, we'll get it squared away. I'm trying to really work on my communication, and it's tough to not be pissed off and to try to. It's tough to not be going in on people when.
Oh, you wouldn't dare, not ever.
Especially when it's your top team or one of your top folks.
Oh, we're the top team, but yet we fuck stuff up like that. Way to contradict yourself, buddy.
Pull them off, or I cannot pull them off of this today.
Way to contradict yourself.
This evening, I cannot do that.
If we are top folks and we're doing work like that, then that means you have straight fucking clowns working for you. I'm sorry.
Got too much of a tight schedule right this second. We'll get through today. Things like this are going to happen.
It's almost over because this is just... Sitting through this is just really irritating.
Well, I don't know what time it is. 7 o'clock in the evening, possibly. That paint just left right there. Jesus Christ.
We weren't done with that unit. Still, again, as you can see, I had all that stuff left on the countertops. We weren't done. 7 o'clock in the evening, and we were still there working.
7 o'clock in the evening, if we call it that. And the day is done, and absolutely nothing is won. Nothing.
This is
what a
great.
shit day all the way around the board. If anything, we got almost done with these 2 units. This is the second unit right here. First unit is definitely done.
If you remember, that wasn't even us. Remember, we left from that job.
That was us. We had 2 units to do that day. Remember? That was the new property. We had 2 units to do that day. Because that day we done 2 units. That's why we got out of there like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
We was working on one, then we left and went to another one.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the unit we done.
Hey, Joe. How are you? Not good. Not good.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you're having a mental breakdown and you got to stop in the mirror just to,
So, check update. Not a check. Not even 1 check. No checks. I would call property 3.
That's really why you're upset.
At 5:45.
That's why
the lady was already at home.
Yeah, I remember that day. I remember that day because that's the day we walked off the job and everything. He ended up calling his wife and, going in on her for over some mail and checks and just
check and get the mail and she didn't check it fast enough.
It was just, yeah, this guy was on a rampage that day. That day was just a shit show of a day, honestly. The new people he had working, when he calls them Meth and Molly, that's exactly why he calls them that, because I don't know where he found these people, but we were also not only babysitting those people that day, on top of doing 2 units with 2 people who did not know how to paint at all whatsoever, cleaning up their mess, trying to work around them, trying to paint around them. Mind you, they left at 3 or 4 o'clock that evening. We ended up staying until almost 4 o'clock that morning trying to get these units done. And mind you, we had 2 units, not 1 that day, but 2 units.
I'm going to tell you people, this might look like shit on camera. But
Jesus, help it.
in real life, if you ever go to prison,
Can't see it, love.
help me out here. That's the best thing ever since sliced cheese, I'm going to tell you. You ever end up in that place, and I hope none of you do, but that's how you make a swallow.
You're going to be eating a lot of what looks like dog's throw up.
But it's the best shit. You know it's good. You done ate it.
I mean, yeah, it's delicious. I'm not going to lie. It actually is pretty good, but
it looks like shit, but
right now it smells like
pickles,
sour pickles, and bad life decisions.
That's fucking bad. Yeah, it was a bad life decision that learned me how to make this shit.
That's exactly why I said it smelled like bad life decisions. Okay, are we done with that godforsaken video? Thank God. Okay, in other words, look, listen, this dude is just, I mean, I'm sure there's more videos up there.
I still got 5 minutes left.
Okay, gosh.
I'm having out with her on the phone about the checks. I don't even want to sit on that. Yeah, I would just have it out with her about the checks and say, hey, look, we got like 3 units we're supposed to paint for you tomorrow. And I promise I won't let a painter touch a paintbrush out there tomorrow until we find out where the fuck my money's at. Because we are grossly overdue and we are nowhere near current. You know, like what in the fuck? And I'm not saying you.
Don't be so serious.
Your boss, but yo, somewhere along the line, something has got.
No, not pickle juice, babe.
Right.
No.
I mean, I need it right now, tomorrow. Like that was the final straw that took all of the wind up out of my sails today. And when I tell you that there is no wind in my sails from the way that today went.
There's no wind in your body either because your fat ass walks up the stairs and you're about to give out your breath with your old ass.
Began working with me today. We're going to refer to them as Meth and Molly, like Mike and Molly, except Meth and Molly.
Knew that was coming. You remember how he called them Meth and Molly?
Of course they wore. But here's the sad thing about it. I've never been in a situation like this where I've put a couple to work and the girl was actually way better than the dude was. She could paint and she was painting her ass off.
No, correction. That's because he didn't like the guy, because the guy had it out with Joe and told Joe exactly what he thought of him on the job. That's why he eventually fired the guy and wanted to keep the girl out of the couple. Yeah, that's what happened with that. Neither one of them knew how to paint. Neither one of them knew what the hell they were doing, and they had drug issues. You could tell. That was something that's inevitable to hide. You can tell.
And Joe wanted
He
to
knew
keep the girl
this.
around because he said the girl was hot.
Yeah, I really wanted to leave that part out, but he was
That's
being
what he said.
definitely a weirdo. Yeah. Let's get through this video.
But I didn't even want to mess with that, so they will not be back tomorrow. Unfortunate, because she was doing very well, and he was just holding her up. She could cut, she could roll, she rolled her ass off. And he probably just got high the whole time he was here. He didn't seem high until the end of the day. And by the end of the day, he was gone. I got them out of here at like almost 5 o'clock. A little bit after 5 o'clock, actually. Worthless.
It was about 3 o'clock.
Does anybody work this guy? Don't get high accordingly.
Both tells me, hey, I didn't get no sleep last night. I said, I don't give a fuck. It ain't got shit to do with me. And see, by this point, I had already not had the checks or found out that the checks weren't there.
So he took his anger. Now listen to what he said. By this time, he didn't have the checks. The checks weren't there. He found out the checks weren't there. So he literally took his anger out because he didn't get the checks. He took it out on not only his wife, but he took it out on his employees. He took it out on everybody.
He said that to me.
Said what to you? Oh, that he didn't give a fuck about that you were tired, that we didn't sleep the night before. He has said that to us, yes, but in that instance, I don't think he was talking about us. I think he was talking about the other guy. But either way, yes, he has said that to us on multiple occasions, that he didn't give a fuck if we were tired. That didn't have nothing to do with him.
He ain't never said that shit in my face.
No, he didn't never say it to our face, but he's said it. Yes, he's absolutely said it. Now, I don't think he would come in our face and absolutely say something like that, no. But over the phone, he has definitely said that.
He is definitely a phone guy. That's for the text message.
Babe, not with your mouth. No. Food in your mouth. Negative.
And, not only are we over there right now, we're supposed to be going over there right now to go work on that unit and do that unit for free. Because they're not even getting paid for today. They don't know that yet, but they won't get paid for today until tomorrow after I see that unit. So fuck all of that. They're going to be working in there. They almost got to repaint that whole unit. I mean, there's so much wrong with that thing. And I don't even care. Go do it. Because the way that I'm feeling right now, hey man, fuck all of this. I'm $44,000 in the hole, and ain't nobody paying me. But I'm sitting here hemorrhaging money, just throwing money out, paying so handsomely. And I hate that it sounds like I'm bitching, but I got to...
Oh, what a fucking hero.
I'm here busting my ass, painting these units myself. I painted this whole fucking unit myself. I sprayed this whole thing, all these walls. I did this. While Jess sat right down here in the corner moping because I was going in. I didn't care. I said, I'm bringing Damon back. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm going to hire every $12 an hour worker like I don't care.
I was moping. I walked out. Oh my God, this lying piece of shit. I was not moping. Listen. Oh my goodness. I was not sitting down there in the corner moping as he tried to make it seem. Me and Bo walked off the job. And actually, 30 minutes after we walked off, he was calling and asking, are you guys going to come back tomorrow? I really need you guys tomorrow. Or make sure are you going to come back tomorrow? Well, make sure you're at the storage building by 6 o'clock in the morning. So that right there is full of A1 bullshit.
Two of the weakest links today. The only...
He would never put an apology on video. He's too arrogant.
And I should have had Milton roll the other, spray the other unit versus roll it like we had done. We rolled that unit, we sprayed this unit. And here's a room that's pretty much done with the spraying. We'll look at it tomorrow morning, see how it looks. I don't mind the shadows right there because there's a lot of, here we go. And there's shadows from the ceiling fan right there too. I'm sure there's some dark spots, like I can see one right there.
Oh look, you see how he's justifying his dark spots and his shitty work? Of course it's justified when King Joe done it. Oh, look at this imperfection in this wall, but don't worry about that because Joe done it. Wow, buddy. But let Meth or Molly or whoever you say do some work like that. And oh, look, this shitty painter. Is there... Come on, buddy. This is just... Wow. But I guess everything Joe touches, it turns to gold. Golden shit.
Yeah. Alright, well, people, we will definitely try to do this again tomorrow if she's up to it. Reaction video, because I kind of like it, because I haven't really seen all these videos. I wouldn't take the time to sit there and watch all this bullshit. I just seen that.
Honestly, shout out to whoever sent that video to Bo, because if it wasn't for you guys sending the video, I think I've watched my fair share of bullshit from Joe. I lived it. I don't need to see the videos. I lived it every day of it. I don't need to see those videos. Like I said, whatever questions you guys have, I'll be happy to answer them. I don't think I will like to be a part of any more of the reaction videos, just because I can't stomach it. Honestly, it makes me sick to my stomach to even hear his lies, to hear his voice.
Yeah, it makes me sick to hear his voice.
It's not in my character to be upset or show aggression. I don't like that. I like to smile and be happy. That's just my character.
That's my baby.
So I do never want to do another video like this.
Into a monster. She can't get.
I do not want to do another reaction video.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, people, it's been fun.
But we gotta run.
We gotta run.
It's late. We gotta go to sleep. But
until next time, y'all have a good night.
And honestly, it got a little late tonight. I wasn't able to get to Reddit and the questions that you guys put on Reddit. But I will be sure to do it tomorrow, or I will get back with you on Reddit, and I'll be happy to answer anything you got.
As well as I will.
Now I'm going to eat this candy, and we're going to go to sleep.
Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good life. I hope tomorrow is the best for all of y'all. Good night from Bo and the Adjustment.
And I always remind Joe to eat a big piece of shit.
Because he gets one. Good night.